taking these.
Alright, you know, go like straight in.
Well, if you guys don't know, my name is Bruce, Shanki, Jade, Soraya, Brewer, whatever, the wild one, whatever. I never really know what people say because, like, I don't hang around too many people or anything like that. So today you got me.
Who do you want me to call you during this interview?
Like I said before, I mean, you can just call me Shanky. Some people still call me Jade. It don't matter to me.
Alright. So your dad passed away a few years ago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing with that?
It was really hard. That's when I actually really started going like mainstream, going on the internet, doing certain things because my dad passed away. He didn't have an insurance, and when people pass away, it's just so unexpected. So people didn't have the finances, so I just had to do certain things to make sure that he was, put away in the best manner, I guess. The album wanted to be put away.
Before he passed away, did you two have a good relationship?
We had a really good relationship, and what people don't know is that was my stepdad, and he raised me since I was a child. So, I've always had a father, and I always had a father figure. He was always there for me. He never made me feel less than who I was to him or anything that I wasn't to him. He always made me feel like I was his child. So.
It's crazy because growing up, I was like, all I heard was Jerry this, Jerry that. I'm like, oh, that's everybody. That's older dad. I never knew that.
Sorry, though. I'm a little nervous.
I never knew it was just stepdad.
Yeah.
How about your relationship with your mom?
It's getting better, and I'm not trying to take away from nothing that my mom may have going on or any type of reputation she might have on to other people. But for me, my relationship dynamic is a little different with my mom because I was always the one that really didn't ask for nothing. I always had my own and did my own thing, so I was very independent. So for me, the relationship was strained as I began to, get into my teenage years and stuff like that, So I would say it's getting better. I mean, it's definitely not growing up, and, recently it's been getting better. But before February, I didn't talk to my mom. I didn't talk to a lot of my family, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just focused on myself because I felt like that's all I had. I broke my neck and different other things, and no one stepped up to the plate or really gave any type of attention that I might have needed or even wanted. So for me, I just been self-sufficient and doing my own thing. I don't need to talk about no one else or talk about what they don't do or what they did do or nothing like that because I don't want to take away from nobody. I just focus on myself. So for me, it would be a little extreme, I would say. I wish it was better. It's getting better.
So when you didn't talk to your mom, did she try to reach out to you at all? See, I'm more of.
No, she did not. And you know what? It hurt. It hurt me not the fact that she didn't reach out. It hurt me the fact of the conversations talked about with other people that will come back to me. And my thing is, it was very distasteful to hear certain things, but just because I hear certain things that other people tell me about what somebody close to me said or whatever, I don't react off of emotion and stuff. I try to use logic, and for me, I just kept it as, okay, well, this person isn't happy because of this reason or that reason, and just left it at that. Because if I held on to what somebody else didn't do for me, or the people that were supposed to be there that wasn't there for me, if I held on to that, I'll be stagnant in my own personal growth. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would have wished that things would be better. I feel like I would have been on a different path had I had some type of guidance or anything like that. But I think I made out okay.
Yeah, see, with me and my parents, I hold on to a lot. Some people I let it go do my own thing, but it's like, no, that's my parents. Like, I want y'all to feel some type of way because I'm y'all's kid, you know what I mean?
And you know what, for me, and not to interject, but for me, seeing my mom raise other kids and stuff like that, and it's like, well, you had other kids that you failed, and I don't want to, and I'm trying to be very choosy with my words because I don't want to take away what nobody else got going on, and I don't want this to come off as like I'm harboring any type of energy towards my mom or anybody because I'm so past it. That's why I can talk about it. But for me, it's just like, WTF, like what the fuck? So for me, like when I do come around and like maybe a little incident might arouse, the first instinct will go back to what she said as far as like, you were wrong or, you're my parent, you're supposed to do it. So it's something we all hold on to regardless of how much at peace we are with it. We still hold on to it because it's an unquestionable thing. It's an undeniable thing that should be there, a parent, because they're the one who chose to make us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I look at all moms is like superheroes. That's what they do. Take care of the kids, feed them, go to work. That's how I look at everything. I think that's my problem because every mom is not like that.
And you know what? Every mom isn't like that, and it's sad. But to be able to see a aunt or a cousin that can feel that little void, because it's a big void whether people show it or not. It's a big void. And I've been through some real tragic stuff. Like I broke my neck, I've been shot, I've been raped by 3 guys recently, and I didn't have no support. I didn't have my family or nothing like that. I didn't have nobody. I had to go through it myself. I was in my condo for 2 days, bleeding to death before anybody found me. So for me, it goes back to me going through all these adversity and going through all this stuff by myself. So it just shaped me to, I don't even need to say nothing. You know what I mean? And for me, all these years before anything happened, I always found myself being the one reaching out, doing the parent role, reaching out, checking up on everybody and stuff like that. And I stopped. And for a moment when I stopped, I was at peace, and I'm still at peace even when I do check up on them. But I'm at peace on the fact of saying that, I'm always initiating it or checking up on everybody else when nobody checks on me or whatever. So for me, I would just say it's something you always want to have with you, and you wish that, it wasn't so heavy, but as time, the burden goes lighter and lighter. You know what I'm saying? So little things.
So you forgive her then?
I forgive everybody, because you know why? If I don't forgive people, then I won't be able to move on, because it'll be something holding on to me. And it's only through experience and time am I able to move on or be in this space where I'm able to have conversations about certain things. Because this year long, I was so ashamed of a lot of things, coming outside and taking pictures and stuff like that, because I don't know, some people might not know, or some people might know, but I've lived my life a different way, a different physical form. And I never been like, I'm this bad bitch or I'm that nigga or nothing like that. I've always remained a humble person, because people might not know. For me, I was exposed on my stage and pushed out the closet. You know what I'm saying? I had a plan to just come out the closet after college and stuff like that, at least get my education and stuff. But that wasn't the case or whatever. But I still got my education. So.
Let's talk about when you were a kid. How was your household? How many kids does your mom have?
My mom has 8 kids, but we had stepbrothers, cousins. You know how cousins go on a run and stuff, and they come over there or something like that because they don't live in the area.
House.
It was definitely a house full. It was definitely Atlantic City trips, great adventures. The house dynamic was full, but it was full with love. It was, and then that's why I have to stop, because then it would sound like a contradiction, because certain things have arise and would dictate everybody's position within my household and stuff like that.
So you had some good and some bad.
I would say for me, more good than bad. But when the bad came, the bad was bad. Life changing bad, very bad.
How about your relationship with your siblings? How was that?
See, for me, and it's sad, and I think a lot of people in the Black community as well, I'm the type of person where as though, and it's sad when I'm going to say it, because I've been, a part of this process, whereas though what happens in the house, you keep it to yourself, or whatever the case may be. I was never the type of sibling that talk about my siblings to other people or stuff like that, because I try to keep that level of, it's just a level of respect. It's good, bad, or indifferent, but when certain things arise, you have to talk about them. You just talk about them, and it's not about being tasteful, it's about being truthful. So, anything she asks me or anything, people ask me, I have no problem talking about it. So for me, my siblings' relationship, it was cool. Growing up, it was okay, I guess. It was whatever. But I gravitated more to my cousins and my, friends. All the friends that I made when I was younger are, still people that's in my life. Araya, she locked up, but I make sure I send money every month, twice a month.
I seen a picture of her, she probably whooping bitches' ass.
No, she's actually been, they try to get this thing going, because I don't want him to look back and be like, motherfucker. That's bro right there. But, and you don't gotta respect the gender identification or nothing like that. You just probably don't even have to say nothing. See, me, I never been offended if, people didn't misconstrue my gender, no matter what. But you gotta be self-aware to know, all right, this is what you prefer or whatever, but that's not what you might project to some people, because everybody's not passable and stuff like that. And I don't want to jump off of topics and stuff like that.
Yeah, because now that you're talking about that, I be feeling sometimes girls are trapped in men bodies or men are trapped in girl bodies. I really do.
And you know what? I'm having that issue still now, whereas though I feel my ways, I was out of town with my friends and I was ordering some liquor. I'm like, can I get a da 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 da? And they looking at me You sound like a whole bitch.